Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on a Saturday night, and yeah, we're going to be having a really cool time here, countdown as we get closer and closer finally to Scream 7. Julie's with me, Sarah as well. And ladies, thank you for being here tonight. And as always, we've got a lot to talk about and a lot to say. And for you guys, you've been kind of chomping at the bit to talk about some stuff tonight, so we're going to get into that in a quick minute. But real quick, just to say hey to you guys in the chat, thank you for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. We got RJ in the house saying not feeling that well. Well, I hope that you feel better soon, man. But thank you for being here. Seriously. Melissa, hey Melissa, good to see you. We got Paula in the house. What's going on, Paula? Good to see you. Talking Star Wars in the house. Hope you're doing well. We got Kelly. Hey, Kelly, what's going on? And by the way, Kelly, I still got to watch your video. I know I'm way behind. It's been a crazy weekend and very cold. I don't know about everyone else, but please stay warm and be careful in the bad weather if you're getting any. Erica, what's up? Good to see you. Wayne's in the house. What's up, Wayne? Hope you're doing well. Okay, ladies, let's get and everyone jumping in. Great to have you here. Definitely get comfortable. Ladies, just to start this off, 5 weeks. We're right around the corner. I think the last time we talked about Scream 7 and the anticipation, you guys were kind of in the middle road a little bit, a little lackluster and so forth. Sarah, I'm going to start with you. Where are we at right now and why? I know you've been chomping at the bit.
Everything has changed. Buckle up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was so just like underwhelmed like 2 weeks ago. I was like, they're dragging out the marketing. I'm not into it anymore. There's been nothing. We've got no posters. Like, what's going on? I'm kind of over it. And then we got the most beautiful TV spot I've ever seen. I was more excited for the TV spot than I was for the actual trailer. The TV spot was so good. It felt like, okay, the trailer was meant to like get your average person like interested. It was your like kind of generic paint by numbers trailer with like the big cinematic shots. This is for like the OG fans. This had like the history, the taglines, like the old calls. Also was very like H2O coded. Like it was like, okay, we found out that they're waiting until Sidney's daughter is her age before they come back. There was like the sketches on the walls of like the sanitarium that you saw like in Marion's office in H2O, like the sketches of Michael's face and the mask. And it was just, you're ready. It just, it gave me that like warm, comfy Halloween Scream feeling. And I was like, I'm all in. And then they dropped the 2 posters.
Yeah, they did.
One poster, don't really care for. One poster's awesome.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Julie, how about you? Where are we at and what's going on with you?
I feel like sorry, my cat. My cat was on my lap.
Bring him to us. Let us see him.
I'm a little less excited. The TV spot was cool, but I think I feel the same way about it as I did with the normal trailer. The second poster is awesome. The first poster I wasn't really a fan of. I don't know. That one. I just for me personally, but Knight, you had mentioned I think it was when you were with Jake and you guys were saying something that Danielle pointed out to you about one of the drawings.
Yeah.
And the connection with Matthew Lillard. And I thought that got me, I think, more excited than, I think that got me more excited than either of the trailers, to be honest.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm not as excited as Sarah, but I'm getting there, I feel like.
All right. Well, here's a quick question to you, Julie. So, we're 5 weeks away. We still haven't gotten, a big second trailer, but a lot of people, I feel as though, are not only fine with that, but they're
Mhm.
just like they're looking forward to other little things, whether it was the alternate poster that they did in the style of TCM. Obviously, we haven't gotten any character posters yet, and theories are starting to kind of morph a little bit more. We've got images like that one of the sketches, and also that image that we got of Matthew with the illustration behind him. So let me ask you this: if you were to guess, when, if at all, Julie, will your excitement get to that regular level that you would expect for this film? Will it be
I
like the week of opening, or
I
When
think
you're
it's when I'm
seated.
Yes, I was just gonna say, I think it's when I'm literally like getting my food, sitting down, and then I'm gonna get like the zoomies. I'm gonna be like, oh my God.
all right, all right, I
Yeah.
get it.
Hmm.
I get that. Sarah, how about you? Are you going to just kind of stay at this level for a while? Do you see any possibility of getting even more excited?
I think I'm good. I
Hmm.
actually don't think I want another trailer, which may be crazy,
Right,
but I
right.
don't want to know any more information than I currently know. Like I feel
Hmm.
like my interest has been like peaked enough
Yep.
with like the TV spot that I'm just like, all right, just let me see the movie. And yeah, I'm
Mhm.
gonna get excited on my way to the theater.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely understand that. Well, as we start to get into some more talk and also some more theories, I want to talk about some more theories with you guys. Just to jump back to the chat and also say to you guys, let us know how you're feeling as far as your excitement level for Scream 7. Let us know any theories you have. As always, we'll try to get to as many people as we can. We can't get to everyone, but if you do send in a super chat, we'll make sure we get to your comment, question, or theory. And also, tonight, we're going to continue. This will be night 2 for our drawing. We gave away the mini stew to Senior Wilson, who won it. And for tonight, we had a mini stew. So, of course, we have to have a mini Billy. So, we've got a mini Billy
Oh.
uh, that has also a removable mask and robe. So this is what we've got for tonight. And some of you guys, I believe that were here on night 1, are also here tonight. So if you send in a $5 super chat or more, you will be in the drawing for the mini Billy. All right. And we've got some people coming in. And by the way, look at you got the
I ran across the room
Dewey.
to get them.
Yes, you got the Dewey. Oh my gosh. He is so cute. I love the hair
Little
too.
badge, little
And the
name tag,
badge.
the
Yeah.
stripe down the uniform, his little
Hey,
belt, his
Coriander doesn't
mustache, and
play
his
around.
haircut.
I
Oh.
loved
My
the
little
hair
Dewey.
though. I
Mhm.
loved the hair
It's my
because you
favorite
know,
part.
yeah. Do you remember the scene? Well, and this is how geeky I can get sometimes about Scream, but I love it in Scream 4, when he's talking to Judy and she's like, just talking, and then David just kind of goes like that with his
Yeah,
hair, looking cool and stuff. And so, anyways, yeah,
I
that's
love him.
awesome. You're all right, Sarah. And speaking of Sarah, you got a channel member anniversary. So thank you so much. Seriously. 30. What?
34.
wow.
34. Wow. Thank you so much, Sarah. Seriously. Oh my gosh. That
Happy to be here.
I, you know, I'll try not to get too emotional, but thank you so much. Seriously. It's sweet. We appreciate it. We really do. Thank you. Really.
Thanks.
We really appreciate that. Um, and we also have, and wow, we've got a new channel member here tonight. Ted. Ted is in the house. Thank you so much. Let me look in the chat. I'm so sorry. I didn't see Ted in here yet. But hello. Thank you so much for joining the channel membership. We really appreciate that. You're part of the members, and we definitely try to have some fun with some exclusive stuff and watch parties and hangouts and all that type of stuff. So thank you so much. Seriously, we appreciate it very, very much. And our good friend Eric is coming in. Thank you so much, Eric, the Bearded Entertainment. What's up? What's up? Sorry I couldn't make this one, man. Super excited for Scream 7 still. Release the second trailer. Right. Well, okay, so let's and Eric, thank you so much, man. And definitely we got to get you back on ASAP, man, and be safe out there, seriously. So
Oh, he's in Florida. He's warm. He's looking
He's
at
in Florida?
giraffes.
Dude,
Fled to Disney.
okay, hold on, because I was talking to him a whiles ago on Instagram, and I was like, "Well, be careful because the weather's really bad." I thought he was like somewhere that was still gonna get hit. Oh my gosh!
Nope.
Fled the state.
Lucky you, buddy. Lucky you. All right. Well, second trailer. Julie, do you think we're gonna get the second trailer?
So,
And do we even need it?
well, serious question. Did they promise us one, or are we just assuming because that's just typically how it goes?
I think it's a lot of assumption.
Okay, I don't want one at this point, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like they'll give us something because they're just now starting to kind of ramp things up. They're late to the game, but I feel like I don't know. Maybe they thought waiting till the last second was strategic, but
Yeah.
we're gonna find out. I don't know.
Yeah, we will. We will.
I think the thing is too, if they had released the TV spot first, I kind of would have assumed that was like a teaser. And then if they had released the longer trailer, I would have been like, okay, this is a trailer, and I wouldn't be expecting anything else. But it's because we only got one trailer. I'm like, well, there should be something else.
Right. Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe their strategy was like that. I mean, again, the timing of the trailer might have caused a lot of this because once we got, all the hype from that first trailer done with, well, not done with, but it started to fade a little bit. We were heading into the holidays, and and that's, I mean, it's holiday season. You're not really thinking about slashers as much. I'm talking about the general public. I'm not really talking about us, super
I was
duper
gonna
horror
say we
fans.
are.
We are, but we're the minority. So that was interesting thing. But I was surprised we didn't get it this past week or the week before. I really was surprised. But now I'm thinking maybe we're not going to get it. Maybe we might get another short trailer, TV spot type of trailer. But I'll be honest, it's okay if we don't get another one in my eyes now, as long as we get some other things. Like I think we should get some character posters, something that's cool, like we got with 6 when we got the subway map, those types of things. So we'll see, but it's interesting stuff, man. It really is. Eric, thanks so much for that super chat, man. We appreciate you. And you're in the drawing too, bro. Bronson, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Today is Matthew's 56th birthday. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
It's absolutely crazy. No doubt
Still a
about it.
knockout.
Yep.
There you go, Julie. And he's still so cool. He really is, man. Like I said, when we met him at the convention, it was crazy because like he's exactly how at least how I pictured him and how you see him in interviews. He just has that energy about him, and it's genuine. And he's a really, really he's a really cool dude. I mean, we had a room full of people, to see him and take pictures and all of that and autographs. And I think Jake was in that room with me. I know Marcus was, but it had to have been at least 100 of us, and I might be lowballing it. He just jumped on the microphone. This wasn't even what he was supposed to do, and he actually started talking to the crowd, and just being Matthew, and then telling everyone with little kids or babies that they got to come up to the front. He said anyone that's got a kid, anyone in a wheelchair, you're already in the front, so come on up. And people started going up, and we all clapped. He was just cool.
So cool.
Yeah, he really is cool. Let's see who else we got. Talking Star Wars, what is up? Good to have you, and thank you so much for the support. In the trailer, when Sid and Gale are at the asylum in the TV spot, there's a figure cropped out. That's apparently the secret cameo. I heard this. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I don't know if we have or not, but of course there might be some folks here tonight that haven't been with us before or recently. Who's the secret cameo? Do you guys have any guess or even a wish?
People are saying maybe Jill, and like I
Mhm.
could get behind that. I would like it to be somebody who hasn't been like announced as part of like the returning cast, even though they're all dead. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want it to be someone who I'm not expecting.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Julie?
I don't know. I'm trying. Like, do we think it's somebody who's? I guess. Well, okay. I guess we have no idea because they're cropped out. But my first thought was Kirby, but
Mhm.
then I was like, or is it a patient? If it's a patient, then I don't know, man. I mean, it could be Angelina. It could be Jill, I guess. But like, I really don't want to see either of those people. I don't know.
Mm.
Like, I feel like her end was just so satisfying, but I
Yeah.
don't know who else it could be. Like,
Right? Like, who else was like
gee.
on the peripherals who was like
Mhm.
affected by this, but we don't really know? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not too many people like well, I was gonna say there wasn't too many like big characters who walked away and we never saw again.
Mhm.
Who, yeah, I don't know.
It's racking my brain a lot. I mean, I've kind of defaulted to Kirby myself. Um, there is a huge theory of about Angelina, which you know me, I don't have any issue with that personally, because that could be pretty fun, and it could possibly tie into Scott returning, obviously in a flashback or something like that. But I'm just saying that connective tissue of three could be kind of interesting. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that all goes. um let's see who else do we have in the chat. Erica also coming in. Thank you so much, Erica. We appreciate you saying, Mini Billy, hit the like button or else. Thank you so much, Erica. You are in as well. Oh my gosh. You guys are too funny.
they're very
Um,
cute. You should get tickets.
they
You
are.
love
Oh
them
my
so
gosh.
much.
It is so true. It is so true. Um, oh, and I'm just reading that. Julie, am I freezing?
I think it might be me, but the
Oh,
audio went crazy.
did it?
But then both of you were like glitching, so I was like, I think it's my internet.
Oh, okay.
So we're good though. We're good.
I wouldn't be surprised tonight with the temperature. I don't know what it is where
Yeah.
you guys are at, but I saw mine. It said 3. I was like, what? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Uh
3 degrees, bless your soul. I'm sitting at negative 24.
Oh no.
Whew. Mine's 15, positive 15, so I'm doing
Wow.
pretty good
Tropical.
here.
Tropical
It's
weather.
Yeah.
tropical.
Oh,
It's
no.
time to
I think
time
I'm
to sunbathe.
also glitchy a little. I think it's just connections are going to be weird because of the storms.
Could
Okay.
be. It could be, but you guys seem okay to me so far. So
Cool.
as long as you guys are still here, we'll go for it. Um, Oliver is coming in as well. What's up, Oliver? Good to see you. Hello, Night, Julie, and Sarah. Billy, the jigsaw doll, is waiting for his friend, Billy, the Ghostface doll. Everyone jump on the stew train. All right, Oliver, you are in again. He already had, I think, three other entries, but you're in again, buddy. Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it. And let's do this real quick for you guys that are here tonight, and also thank you so much for all the support. Let's do a quick super chat clip. um There's so many to choose from. I'm gonna go with not so much of an older one but a fun one. Sometimes ladies just never know what to expect unless you get a little bit of a glimpse, and that glimpse might look like this.
Oh, I found out the hard way the last time that I tried this. And I haven't seen this done with any other sodas before. And I just don't think it's going to be easy.
I love that one. That is such a when she, that's such
It's
a
the no,
classic.
not again is what gets me. It's like you did this before and you're now choosing to do it inside again.
Oh man, that's a great one. I love her reaction though.
And the way
Oh,
she
man.
starts off, you know.
Yeah, right. There's Ted. I was looking for Ted like for 10 minutes, and StreamYard is so tough to back up. So I'm gonna just let you guys know we're definitely not ignoring you, or I'm not, but it's tough to scroll and go back. But Ted, thank you so much for joining tonight. Saying join tonight, love you night. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you rock, you rock, you rock. Gene also in the house. Gene, you rock as well. All of you guys do. And I saw Carrie. Carrie, what's going on?
Carrie.
Great to have you here, Carrie. Hope you're doing well and staying warm. Awesome to have you. Okay, so guys, let's also talk a little bit more about the TV spot. We had some folks the other night on Jake's channel. Was it Jake's? Yeah, it was. Sometimes I forget because we flip flop each week. It's like, is it my week or is it your week? And he's like, yeah, I think it's my week. We were talking about the shot we had of the asylum, the mental hospital. What are your theories about that, or any thoughts or concerns or even hopes about what that aspect of the story will bring? Because there's some people that are saying a certain someone, you saw it in there in the trailer, they were like, dude, what if that could be Stu? I mean, what do you guys think?
I think that's what they were maybe going for. I don't think it's going to be him, but I think that they are smart enough to know that that's what people want, and so they're like teasing us with the trailer for it.
Okay, I gotcha. Julie, what do you think?
I'm pretty concerned that it's just going to be like somebody who loves Stu, like a Stu obsessed fan. I'm a little bit.
What do you think that Stu obsessed fan is going to do in the story? Any thoughts?
I don't know. Like, so if they're trying to trap us into thinking he's alive, I feel like I can picture like Sidney and Gail doing their little investigation like at the hospital, and then they're like, oh, we've got the Stu lore keeper in here, and he's got all the Stu lore, and he knows where he's been hiding all these years. And maybe also, yeah, I mean, those other like, it's so weird, dude. Like, I can't place it, but like, if that's, I hope that's not what it is, but that's just my feeling. It's kind of like you remember that guy in Halloween Resurrection who was like the Michael Myers obsessed guy, and he was in the hospital. And he had like all the memorabilia and stuff.
Yeah, he knew all the dates.
The dates he was quoting.
Yes.
Correctly or incorrectly what happened.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, it was kind of cool. It was one of the cooler aspects of the film to me.
No, it was. I just like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, and I don't know if I like that.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
It could crumble. Yeah. It definitely could. Real quick too, I wanted to give a shout out. Senior Wilson in the house. I'll let you know when Stu arrives. He's on his way to England. That's right.
Oh, cool.
Let me know when he gets there.
You'll love him. They're so cute. I can't get enough of this. I'm not even just like trying to hype Coriander up, but I mean, she deserves it. But like when people come over and they see him, they're just like, what is that? Did you make that? He's so cute. And I'm like, well, first of all, put some respect on Dwight's name.
Right.
And then like they all look at him. He's adorable.
Yeah. A cool story too is that when our last con we went to, she did a crocheted Reagan, and we met Linda Blair. And I kid you not, I mean, we got pictures. I think I put those pictures up too. Linda Blair talked to us for like 10 minutes, and we were in the autograph line, so you weren't really able to stay. You kind of just said, hey, and you got your autograph, and you would keep moving because we were in the line for like 2 hours easily. But she saw the Reagan, and Coriander gave it to her, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And she lost her shit. Excuse my language. She's like, "You made this. I can tell." And just talked about it, and then just very, very nice. While I'm sitting over here like, "Oh my god, it's Linda Blair! What the hell?" It was so cool, and she took pictures with us, and was very kind. But yeah, Coriander is amazing at doing this stuff, and it's so fun seeing her start from nothing, and then as she's going through the process, and then the end result. It's really, really cool. It really is. It's fun. Yeah. All right. And for everyone else jumping in, we also got Bye-Bye Polar in the house. What's up? Good to see
Hey,
you.
Polar. Hope you're doing
Hey.
well.
Right? Jason's in the house, Scott's in the house, all of you guys, thank you for being here. And also, and I don't do this enough. By the way, guys, if you are not following us on the Scream at Night podcast on Spotify, please do. It would help us out a lot if you give us a follow and a rating. So far we've had some really good feedback on it, and we've been doing some extra stuff, some exclusive stuff. By the way, right now we are because Kill had this great idea. He's like, we got to talk about some of the shows we love, and we love Mike Flanagan. So we started talking about Mike Flanagan stuff, The Fall of the House of Usher, and it's been so much fun. And that's something that we haven't done on the channel, more so for algorithm reasons. But anyways, if you guys aren't following us, please do. We'd appreciate that. And Erica, I don't know if we can put a link in the chat, but that would be great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The
Okay.
Spotify and the Apple links will work in the chat. I'm not sure about the iHeartRadio. I've never tried that one.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Sarah. You know more about it than I do.
It's our job, Night. We have to know this stuff.
Well, you're too sweet. But I appreciate the help. You guys are amazing. You really are. So she's got it in there. Thank you. And so look, guys, let's talk about something else, Scream 7 related. We've heard all these theories. We've gone back and forth. So I have a really big question. It might be easy. It might be difficult. And I'm going to start with you, Julie. If you could craft this film yourself with the basic pieces we have in place, how would you craft this film? What would it be like? We know that you don't want a Stu obsessed fan. We know that you don't want just voices on a phone. So you don't have to go into super big detail, but how would you craft this film? What would it look like if you could make the choices?
Honestly, I think this is part of why my excitement has kind of died. I cannot picture what they can do with this movie that will make me happy and fulfilled.
Ooh, okay.
I seriously can't, because I hope they surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had fun with the Stu thing. But I've never been a 100% believer. I've been on the train,
You've been in the back car.
Yeah. I love it. I have fun with it, but I don't know. And again, this goes back to what we talked about, or I blabbed about the last time, where I was like, this movie just doesn't feel like it would take the kind of exotic leap to make something kind of like a kooky story like that a reality. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That just feels way too unsafe based on what we've seen in the trailer and what we've seen in the past. But I know I'm completely just dodging your question here, but it's because
that's okay.
I don't know what I want to see. It's I don't know. I know what I don't want to see, but and at this point, if he really isn't back at this point, I feel I'll be disappointed, because again, just don't tease it and don't
deliver.
Do all this stuff, yeah, and then just wimp out.
Yeah, man, it's almost as bad as what Halloween Ends did when they were, kind of hyping up this big epic final confrontation, and made it seem as though that was going to be so much of what the movie was. And it wasn't. I mean, they did have the confrontation, and it wasn't as bad as some people say. It was a pretty cool fight for what it was, but that wasn't the movie. The movie was something totally different. I applaud them for trying to do something different, but the marketing really screwed it up. And we've seen marketing screw up a lot of films, whether they give away too much or whether they promise something that the movie just can't deliver. Now, a little bit of that, I'm gonna be honest, just for me, my thought on it. You guys in the chat, let us know what you think. Some of it is also on us as far as expectation. I'm speaking specifically for me. And that's why it's hard, especially as a content creator, because I want to talk about it. I want to talk about my theories. I want to hear other theories. And so my mind is already putting some ideas together. But when I go in that theater, I try to let go of a lot of it. And sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. I'm looking at you. I know what you did last summer, 2025. So
I don't want to talk about it.
don't talk about it, please. What are you waiting for, Sarah? So Sarah, so same question to you. If you could craft this film the way that you want with the pieces that we have in place right now, what would it look like?
Okay, so my answer is kind of similar to Julie's because I don't know what I want as like the through line through the movie, but I know like certain pieces that I want.
Yeah.
Similar to what Julie said, I don't want voices on a phone.
Yeah.
I really would like to see these like returning characters in flashbacks. Like I want to see, it doesn't have to be like, the reveal monologue at the end. Maybe it is in the asylum, but I want to see some point where someone is kind of like giving us like a lore dump, but we're seeing like the flashbacks of like the different characters. Like maybe we do see Roman interacting with like a young Billy and Stu. Maybe we do see like I would love some unseen footage of like Gail and Dewey. Like just I actually want to see these like faces on my screen, but like I need it to make sense. Like
Yeah.
I think it's an easy cop out just to get like phone calls from the killer that are in these different people's voices. Because like, yeah, maybe they're doing it to taunt Sydney. Because like really, only Sydney and Gail are gonna know what these people sound like. Like nobody else is left. So it's no benefit really to anybody else but Sydney. But then it's like really that's gonna be like the trope. You're gonna get all these like voices to call her. Like it's not
Right.
satisfying. Like I wanna see them. I wanna have flashbacks. I wanna see like other bits of conversation that now add like new context. Like the thing I hate that I'm about to tie it back to I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025. But you know how at the end they did like the switch up on Ray.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, where did this even come from? This is so out of the blue. But then if you like really think about it, he did some like unhinged stuff in number 2. So like if we had little flashbacks and pieces of lore and we saw how like he unraveled over the years, like they could have made it make sense. So I'm hoping for these like little dumps of like lore from the rest of the movies. I think 6 tried to do that with like the masks being like, well, this is the mask that Charlie and like Jill used, and like this is the one like Roman had. He was the third killer. He was blah blah blah. But like again, that was info dumpy. That was like, okay, you're explaining to the people who have just come to this movie for Jenna Ortega, like what's happening.
Right.
I want this to like make sense, like weave me a story somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but like that's what I'm looking for. I want them to like tie up loose ends because I know I'm going on here, but like
No, that's
eventually
good.
we are gonna have to get away from Sidney and Gail if they really want this franchise to like move forward. And if this is going to be like the last like Sidney trilogy, like we got to start wrapping up like loose ends.
Right.
No.
Now let me ask you this specifically, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. So trying to wrap up the story, the loose ends, Sydney's story, and so forth. So that includes having Stu in it, I assume.
Yeah, because we really don't talk about Stu throughout the franchise. It's always Billy and the other guy.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
I killed Billy. We never hear about the other guy. So, like, they've dropped so many Easter eggs about Stu that,
Yep.
like you said, if they're not going to use them, what was the point? So I
Right.
think, yeah, they got to include Stu somehow. They'll need to find a way to like figure out what's going on with Chad and Mindy because they're like the new folks, right? They're from 5 and 6. Are
Hmm.
we going to continue on into the future with them, or are we going to like
Yeah.
end their story after this? Like, how are they involved?
Yeah.
Kirby's out there in the ether. What's happening with Kirby? It's like all of these people who have been in previous installments. We got to kind of figure out what happened with them.
Right, right. It's almost like, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on how I would craft it as well in a second. It almost feels like we're like going down like a Star Wars route here. Like let's get some direct. Does anyone? This is not the Blair Witch Project. Where's the map? Nobody kicked the map into the lake. All right. So look, what are we talking about here? So you're right. There's a lot of loose ends, some of which that have been created. Especially in the last couple of films, and maybe, well, I hope they have some type of idea where they were going with it. We'll see. Maybe 7 will answer that question, and we're going to be like, oh, well, okay, I get it. To me, I think we have to have, and it looks like we're having a Sydney centric story, so that's what I want. I want her and Gail to really have some meaningful interaction, and I think, and I said this last week on Killzone, it'd be great to see them putting pieces of the puzzle together, kind of like we saw with Gail and Jennifer in 3, except in this one, it's more serious. It's not campy, and obviously her and Sydney are trying to um, survive and figure this out. So I want to see that. I want to see some type of connectivity besides the Meeks twins to 5 and 6, and whether and it could be as simple as just the whole cult idea, or maybe some acknowledgement. I want to see that, and I do want to see Stu in it. I do want, because I'm figuring they're teasing it, and there are all these Easter eggs that they've put forth since 5. So it's like, if he's not in it, I just feel as though it was a bad gamble for them to even put it out there and tease. I know, and we talked about this earlier in the thread a little bit, like they watch what goes on online, and there are a lot of things that are picked up, and so they know that Stu is a big talking point for the fandom. But it's like, if he's going to be in it, put him in it, and if not, let's just call it good. That's the way I want it. And so we'll see, but that's what I would want for 7, and also a lead into 8. I think that would be great. I really do.
I like what you said about Gail and Sydney because it's like it's so true. I thought about this the other day. Like, we only ever see them when they're reuniting.
Yep.
In each film. In 3, we get that little bit of interaction with them in like Kincaid's office, but then you only ever see them having any real like meaningful time at the end when it's chaotic.
Yep.
We're in the 3rd act. We're revealing. We're getting stabbed. We're getting shot. Like, I would love to have like an 8-minute scene where they're just like at Sydney's dining room table. They got their notebooks out and they're trying to figure out like what is going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think that would be so much fun. And I think that it could really bring back the whole mystery aspect that we love about this franchise, and just seeing them put pieces of the puzzle together and working together. And they could also, this also could open up a nice way to kind of acknowledge Dewey. I mean, and again, I don't want to backtrack to 5, but I just feel as though that was kind of a missed opportunity. Number one, to have all 3 of them together, together, you know what I'm saying, all in the same physical space. I think that was a missed opportunity. Jeez, I sound like I'm talking about
just
Star
like
Wars
Star
here.
Wars. Yes, I was
What
going to
is
say
going
that.
on? Does anyone else feel that? It's
No.
like, come on. How could you
Hated
not?
how they did that.
How
How
could
could you not have them on screen together for one last
Right?
time? It's crazy.
It blew my friggin' mind. Don't worry, guys. The algorithm is going to hit us for this, but it's okay. I just wanted to say this about Star Wars. I just can't believe you're not going to have Han, Luke, and Leia together. What are we doing? You know, a 5-year-old could have figured that out. Anyways, but even bigger, they didn't have them together physically together in 5. But I also felt as though the reaction wasn't what I thought it would be from Sidney, and maybe that's just me. I mean, you guys, let us know what you think. But anyways, but they, what you don't think
no,
so?
no, I was just gonna say I feel like she's lost so many people that to some extent it kind of makes sense, but it was also just way too nonchalant. Like it was kind of like, oh no, like not Dewey. I don't know. It was just they missed the mark.
I think so. I mean, I didn't want her to break down and sob, but it just felt like, I don't know. It just, based upon what we had seen before, through all the films, Dewey was always there. He was always running towards things rather than running away, and especially for Sydney, always looking out for her big time in 3, keeping her whole identity whereabouts a secret and all of that. And even in 4, when they had that little, whatever you want to call it, it was so cute. I took it as a cute thing, that little stare.
The couch scene. Yeah.
The couch scene. I thought it was cute. And every time I watch 4, that scene still kind of hits me. And then in 5, when he called her, it's like, oh, Dewey, and it's like, yeah, it's cool. And it just didn't feel like it added up.
No,
The
and it's
reaction.
low-key her fault he got killed. He was like, I've been stabbed 9 times. I don't want any part of this to get out of my trailer. And she had to be like, I'm glad you're there to protect them. Like, girl, come on.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So anyways, yeah, I definitely want Gail and Sydney to have some cool moments. And I think it's high time we've had that. They could be awesome. It really could.
I just really hope we get a serious. The way Gail was in 6, it just felt so unserious, and it was just. I mean, we've talked relentlessly about this, but it's just like, can we just have like a serious moment between these characters where they? I don't want it to be jokey or. I'm just
bad
a little
dialogue, like for Gail. Like, I don't know if they were trying to make her kind of like catty like she was in the first one, but like they missed it.
Yeah, I agree. It just didn't feel right. So hopefully this will right the ship. And that's a really big thing I want, especially as far as Gail's concerned, because I haven't enjoyed Gail in a while,
Yeah.
And it's not because of Courtney, and it's obviously not the character. I love the character, but I just think they haven't given her the right type of arc, in the films. It just feels like, I don't know. It's just, her best scenes in 5 were when she was with David, and that was for like what, 2 minutes in the film when they were face to face, So
did they just have that one scene together? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Her in the red suit. Yeah.
The red suit. Yep. And it's crazy. Again, I'm a fan, so maybe I'm just cheesy, but just that little interaction, you could kind of still see that fire, that chemistry, that connection. And I get it. They made that choice to have them separated, but damn, man, that was such a big part of what I enjoyed so much about those first 4 films. I really, really did. So let me jump to the chat. I know we're way behind, guys. We'll try to catch up as much as we can. Real quick, Talking Star Wars coming back in. Thank you so much. And you're absolutely right. Our good friend, Steven, the trivia credit on IMDb. And, Core 4, man, I'll never forget the first time I was saying this to you ladies on Instagram. I'll never forget the first time he said it. We were on the collective stream and we got off live. And as well, some of you guys know this. When we go off, we don't go off. We're usually talking for like, sometimes we've been still talking to each other for like another half hour. So it's crazy. But he said that. And I remember we were like, That was cool. Where'd that come from? And I said, man, that was really, really good. And he just said, it just kind of came out. And I said to him, I said, you know what? That's why you're so cool, man. He's just, that's, that's our brother. So it was awesome to see that. And also, Carrie, thank you so much for putting that out there in the different threads and so forth. Like I
Spreading
said,
the
it was
good word. He
spreading
would
the
be
good word.
tickled. Tickled is like the only word
No.
I can think of. He'd be tickled.
Yep.
He'd find it so delightful that
Yeah.
this is happening.
Yeah, we used to even joke about it too on collective streams and other streams, of course. We'd say, I said to him once, I said they got to give you a credit on that or something like that. It's like a copyright.
Yep.
He got a kick out of it, man. He really did. But when we saw the film and Chad said it, it was just so funny. I texted him after we had gotten out of the theater, and he was just tickled pink. He really was. He really was. So thank you so much for that, Talking Star Wars. Much appreciated. And you've got another entry in the drawing for the Mini Billy. You do. Marcus is in the house. What's up,
Hey,
brother? Good to
Marcus.
see you, man. If Stu returns at 7, I'm doing everything Ric Flair, wooing, elbow dropping, packet throwing, using the walls to run the ropes with no shame at all. Listen, if Marcus, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Stu is in it, you got to come on stream, man. You got to come on stream. I'll be reaching out to you, man. I'll make sure that you've already seen it, but I'll be thinking about you, seriously. I'll be thinking about this super chat. Oh my god.
If Stu actually is back as like an alive character, I
Yeah.
think I might just start crying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna react because I think I just know that like I would be so happy for Steven. Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
like I have my ticket to the Stu train purchased and like I'm seated, but the train hasn't really left the station yet, if you know what I mean. But if
Right.
he just showed up, I think I would just start crying.
Yeah. I said the same thing as well, when we were doing a lot of reminiscing of Steven and so forth. And I remember saying, I think I was saying it to Jake or maybe it was Tyler, but I said, man, I'm hoping for it so much. I said, I'm gonna be a wreck though. I'm gonna be a wreck.
Yeah.
But that's okay though, because it's like, it's kind of like, listen, for anyone that obviously knows Steven or has been on his channel, and by the way, if you have not been on his channel lately, please go and check out some amazing material.
Mhm.
I mean, he was from day one, you know what I'm saying? And the passion that he had, I can hear him right now in my head. So yeah, if Matthew is right there, front and center, as Stu, alive, in the flesh, no tricks, no trickery or anything, man, what a victory of sorts, That'd just be so cool. I can't wait. We also got John coming in the house. What's up, John? Thank you so much for the super chat saying, hey, everyone, hope you're all having a great weekend. Be careful of spoilers on Twitter. Some people are trying to ruin the film. Just a heads up. Really?
Has it actually been leaked? The ending?
I have not heard of a leak. And John, if well, hopefully, John, you haven't been spoiled, but was that just today? I don't get a chance to go on Twitter as much. So I haven't heard anything about any leaks. So, but it's true. We got to be careful. I mean, we saw what happened with 6. You just got to be careful, But John, thank you so much for that. And we've also got you in the drawing as well. And John's coming in again. Thank you so much, man. Wow, $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. I want 7 to be the Scream 5 we always should have gotten. I hope we get better marketing soon. Are you for the idea of Tatum being the new future lead? I want this to be a win for Williamson and the OG cast. I want it to be a win for Williamson and the OG cast as well. I think Nev is going to be fine. I think that this story is set up to really show a good Sidney performance. It might be her best performance yet with what she's going to be working with as a mother and dealing with that. So I think she's going to be fine. I'm just hoping that they cracked, how to do Gale again. I think they should be able to. But as far as Tatum being the new lead, I think they're following Halloween quite a bit. We've talked about this before too, ladies. It feels like, this is a Sydney story, but you've got Tatum, who's kind of like what Allison was in the Halloween trilogy, kind of right there as a wingman of sorts. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of scenes and stuff going on with her friend group, because if she's being targeted, it has to come within her friend group, right? It can't be like some rando that lives 3 blocks away from where she lives, right? It's got to be someone in her friend group. So I'm fine with the idea of her being the lead. What do you ladies think about this? Sarah, I'll start with you.
Yeah, like I like the actress Isabel May. I've liked pretty much
Mhm.
everything she's in. Like I think she's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously we're not going to know how she's written until we see the movie, but like if she's like a compelling, strong like female lead, like sure, bring it on. Maybe that's how we do transition away from Sydney eventually. Maybe there will be a time jump. Who knows? But yeah, if it makes sense, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But
Julie, how
also,
about-
let me just throw a caveat in here. I
yeah.
want Sydney to have like a happy ending, and maybe
Mhm.
having like her daughter being terrorized into the future isn't exactly the ending we would want for Sydney.
Exactly. Yep.
But so I am conflicted, but if they can make it make sense, sure. But also like I want Sydney's happy ending. So
Mhm.
I don't really have an answer, I guess.
No, I get it. It's a conundrum. It really is. Julie, what do you think?
I think I'd be okay with kind of like two scenarios here. Like the first one being, um, if if this movie happens to be a cliffhanger into the next one,
Mhm.
if and as I'm saying this out loud, I'm kind of like, "Ooh, I don't know if I want that." But if Sydney is somehow like if Sydney is somehow like incapacitated enough to where her daughter has to like be the main character in the next movie,
Mhm.
um and if it's like a Halloween Kills situation where it's like it continues like right into the next movie, and it's like nonstop action for the second
Ooh.
movie,
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool. I would love that. Now, I'm saying I kind of regret saying that because picturing Sydney in a hospital bed for the whole next movie is kind of like,
Yeah.
but but I feel like that's the only, because like Sarah said, like Sydney would never have peace if her daughter's the lead for the next 3 movies, and then like
That's
there's
right.
no scenario where she's not dead or in a coma where she's not going to get up and go help her daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so for me, I like if we do a cliffhanger, I would love that. Or honestly, I feel like I would be okay if this was their final movie. Well, I guess her daughter's first movie, but first and
Mhm.
final, and then we get like a reboot for the next movie. I'd be at peace with that, I think, if this one is satisfying.
Now, do you mean a reboot where it's just brand new characters, brand new
Yep.
story type of thing?
Yeah, not a remake. I don't want
Okay.
another Sydney. I just like the TV show. I
Yeah.
loved I loved those first 2 seasons of the TV show. Something like that.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a conundrum of sorts because, like you guys just said, and that's exactly what came to my mind. If Tatum is the new lead and we're following her, and if it goes beyond, these 2 movies or whatever, how could Sydney ever have any peace? I mean, she couldn't, right? So we'll have to see. I mean, that was kind of the tough part about Halloween as well, because I really liked Allison, and I was just kind of interested in that character in general, but there was an end point of sorts, for that timeline, of course. So we'll see what happens with this. It's going to be interesting, though. It really is.
I would
Um,
love kind of spinning off of what Julie said about how like do something kind of new, like how the TV series did it. Remember in
mhm.
6 how Kirby was kind of talking about like looking at the Ghostface killers in different cities? Like
Yeah.
I would be fine if we spun that way. Like they could make references to the past if they wanted, but we wouldn't have to see these characters. These characters could be living happy lives, and we could be looking at new Ghostface killers who were like unrelated to like Woodsboro, and I think that would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that. Yeah, I'd be up for that. John, thank you so much, not only for the super chat, but also for that amazing question. That was really, really cool. We got Senior Wilson coming in as well. Thank you so much for the super chat. If they ever kill Sidney, I will walk out.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. They're not going
to do it.
I think it's in her
They're not.
contract, right? I don't think she would
Yeah.
let the writers kill Sidney. I don't think she'd be attached to the project if that was the
Right.
script she got.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? I mean, and I think that's, and I don't want her to obviously be killed either, because it just somebody's gotta go off and have a happy ending, when you talk about leads, final girls or final guys. But it's tough though, because you still have to craft horror and tension and concern for her. But this movie could be so smart in the sense that we're talking about her daughter.
Mhm.
Like, so if they do this right, it could work so well. It really could. But we'll see. But yeah, she's not going anywhere, man. Trust me.
Unless, do you guys think there's any world where Kevin Williamson could talk her into it?
Oof.
Like,
Oof.
it's his character.
Like a sacrifice for her daughter kind of thing.
Yeah, something like if he came up with something that was so good that she was like, yeah, I'll do it. I could see that.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I think that. Well, listen, I never want to say never, right? I think I said this a couple episodes ago. If anyone would have told me that Jamie Lee Curtis would have come back to Halloween after Resurrection, after what they did to Michael coming back, from H2O, which was supposed to be it. She said that's why she was doing it, to finish it. He's dead.
Mhm.
And then they pulled the okie doke on her and all of us, and and she was like, whatever, let's just kill me off in the beginning of Resurrection and I'm out of here. If anyone would have told me she would have come back, I'd have been like, I don't buy it. So yeah, I never say never. To your point, Julie, I mean, I guess Kevin could be one of the few people that could talk Nev into that, especially if it's, like you said, if it's a sacrifice and maybe a really big moment. Maybe, I don't know. I'd be so conflicted. What about you, Sarah? Do you see a world where that happens?
My gut is saying no, because like this has always been like the story of like the survivor, right? It's like we're following the survivors, we're not following the killer.
Yeah.
Wes made this like Sidney's story, and I feel like Kevin would like respect that. Like I don't think he would want to kill Sidney off. I don't think she will. I think we could kill Gail off.
Yeah.
I could see Gail having like a heroic sacrifice to like fix the arc that they ruined in 6, because she was on a good trajectory, honestly, even through 5. Like the end of 5, she was going to write that book for Dewey, and it's like she was back on the up and up, and then 6 they tanked her. So I could see like a full circle moment, right? Because like Gail does kind of blame herself for all of this starting, even though Sidney told her like this was Stu and Billy, this was not like your fault, but she feels guilty for like writing the book about Sidney's mom. So like wouldn't it be nice that she like sacrificed herself to save like Sidney's daughter? Like that would just be like a nice little, if we're gonna kill her. My thing is, obviously I don't like when they kill like legacy characters, but if you're gonna do it, make it for a reason. Don't pull a Dewey. Like don't just kill somebody to like add to your kill count or make a statement or give your movie stakes. Like make it make sense, do it for like a reason. So I could see like Gail going out like that, but I can't see Sidney like dying. I don't know.
No, I agree with that. I mean, hell, if they were going to kill Dewey, he should have saved Gail. Like that would have been the way to do it.
Gail or Sidney.
Gail or Sidney. Right. Instead of seeing the phone call, and it's like, are you serious? That's that was so cringe.
Ball.
Right. All right, I'm gonna grab my Billy.
Sacrifice himself For a girl we knew for 45 minutes who we were not
Right?
emotionally attached to because he got distracted by a phone call.
Right.
Give me a damn break.
Right. I couldn't believe that, man. I still have, well, we could rant about that for a long time. All right, I got a good question too, that will piggyback to the franchise in general. But first, let me just get back to the chat here. These guys, super chats, they're working hard. Oliver coming in again. Oliver's like, I want to win this Billy. He's got like 6 or 7 entries. Oliver, we got you down again, buddy. Thank you so much. You rock. In wrestling terms, I think it goes NWO and becomes a Ghostface. Add to the backstory of it, she figured out Stu was still alive and said nothing. Okay, hold on.
Who,
I gotta back
Gail?
up. Is that Gail? I think Gail goes NWO. Add to the backstory of it. She figured out Stu was a. Oh, maybe Gail. I don't know if that's in the chat. If I'm wrong about the Oliver, let me know or let us know. It's so hard for me to go backwards in the chat.
Yeah, I'm
but
trying to look.
I think that's what he meant. There are a lot of people thinking that Gail is going to be Ghostface in this, or a Ghostface.
Oh yeah, he said I meant to say Gail.
Okay. Is there any world? Sound like one of those old trailers. In a world, is there any world where Gail is a Ghostface killer, ladies?
No.
If they've got nothing else interesting to show us, then sure.
I mean, you might as well just bring back Stu full force if you're thinking about making Gail a Ghostface killer, right?
Yeah.
You know, like
I would take that over a boring movie. I'll say that, but otherwise, just maybe don't do that.
Julie's like, I want the spice.
I just
Julie
want
wants
something
to be
interesting.
entertained.
Yeah.
Julie is all about the spice. Sarah, is there any way that happens with Gail?
No.
Okay.
I have that opinion about like most of like the OGs. Like they've been through so much trauma, and like people are arguing like, oh, they could just snap, but I don't think they would. They've been through so much trauma, and they've seen what it's done to like them and their loved ones. And I don't think they would ever be a Ghostface.
And not only that, but I just think it's so hard. Like you'd have to, the story would have to be crafted in such a way, right, to really make that work. I'm looking at you. I know what you did last summer. I mean, it's like you've got to make that make sense, and I just can't see that working with Gail. Or we've had some people say, "Oh, Mark was going to be a Ghostface or whatever, playing the long game." Is like, I just don't.
Oh, that Mark. Yeah.
Not new Mark. New Mark is gone, right? He's.
What? Can we talk about that when we're done with this topic? But
Yeah.
what? Oh my God.
Okay, so all right, we got to talk about that. It's funny you said that. All right, so Oliver, thank you so much for that super chat. Much love to you, man. And you got another entry into the drawing. Okay, Julie, let's talk about Slender Man. What's up?
Why?
No hate to Joe McHale though. I'm just saying.
No, I like him, and at this point, I'm getting pissed off because I'm like, why would you show, like, they already in the original trailer we see something where I had hope. I was like, okay, it could be they're tricking us with the shots here. Like, that's not him under the plastic. That's I don't know, somebody else, a third person. But they literally in this TV spot, you get an up close image of his face.
Yep.
Knife going in, and he's like, ugh. Why would you do that?
You see the uniform, you see the badge and everything.
You know what I kind of could get behind, though? If they did like a double opening kill moment, kind of like in 6. So like the opening is what we see at like the Mocker house. And then the second opening is Mark dying. And the whole time Sidney's home, he's actually dead up in the attic. And it's just something that we know that like she doesn't.
Shout out to Black Sarah, Christmas, baby. Right, Julie?
Black Christmassy. Because like, why else would they show us like we're not going to get attached to him if we know that he dies. So like
Yeah.
he must die so quickly into the movie.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
why well, Sarah, that's why I was like, oh, it's got to be a fake out, because they literally, this is not. And okay, in the trailer for 5, we see some hair, and we're able to infer who it is based on clothing or situation. Like, this is like they literally show him dying.
yeah.
And they already did that with the girl in the opening, which we are assuming
Right.
she passes away from that situation. So it just
That
makes me think
situation.
like this has to be a fake out.
Is it though? Well, you know, you're right. They could be trolling us. You know, me and Jake were saying that maybe, because listen, here's the thing. It's almost like we're like this close to him as far as seeing him get killed. And not only that, but if all right, I'm not trying to rag on 6, but we all know that if you're a person that wants to survive a Scream film, you better be in Scream 6, because everybody basically survived it, almost everybody. So I'm thinking, not only are you right on top of Mark and you're stabbing him, looks like right in the heart, he's also suffocating under plastic. So if he's not dead, there's an issue here. I mean, we're talking about some ineptitude. We had enough of that in 6. We want people dead. We want the spice.
I don't think they would do that, which is
Right.
why, like, I'm sticking in my gut here. Like,
It's a fake out.
There's got to be something to that. And well, to what Sarah said, we know there's a scene of him and Sidney in the house talking. It's like in a dark bedroom or something. I don't know if you guys saw that. Well, yeah, it was in the trailer, the first trailer. So I don't think he could be an opening kill unless it's like a drawn out scene. I don't know. Like, it just, it's so weird. Yeah.
Were you gonna say something, Sarah?
No, because it's just like, but can we even trust that like that clip of him and Sidney talking is like even in the movie, right? Because we saw so much stuff in the 5 trailer that wasn't like in the movie.
Yep.
But also like, yeah, it's just, I don't obviously know what like the timeline of events is going to be, but I feel like my gut is just saying if they do really kill him for real, it's got to be like at the beginning, because why would they, like, they know that we wouldn't get attached to somebody that we know is dying, or I would hope they were that smart that they would know that about the audience, but it just like doesn't make sense, because we'd be following him throughout the whole movie knowing that he's going to die.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. In that scene with him and Sidney, is he wearing the uniform?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So we only see him in the uniform in the trailers. And look what he's wearing on the poster.
Like,
the
that
damn
could be him
uniform.
saying goodbye in the morning. She goes off to work at the coffee. Ghostface comes in, stab, suffocate. He's up in the attic, and then like the movie starts. Like, it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hate that. Like, it's the inciting incident.
Yeah.
That's what gets her into the. I hate that, Sarah. But you're probably right.
She's like,
Well,
I
it's just
hate
like,
it.
yeah. But the thing too is, I don't really think we see people in multiple outfits in general. Like, we've only gotten specific clips of things. Like, I think Sidney may have put a jacket on, but like we only see Isabel in like the one outfit, I believe. Like, I think she's in the same outfit as she goes to school, and when she comes home, she's like getting attacked.
Yeah.
Like, so all of this could just be of like just one specific little part. There could be days in between. And also, if you're a cop and it's your uniform, it could be a bunch of different days and he's in the same uniform. So it doesn't have to just be the opening, but my gut is saying like, yeah, why would you expect us to root for somebody who we know is going to die? So like, he must die soon. But like, honestly, why does Spyglass do anything that they do? We could all be wrong.
Yeah, we could. I mean, I think they did pretty good with the 6 trailer. The marketing for 6, there wasn't anything that I could really think of that was a big spoiler as far as that's concerned. Obviously we got spoiled with 6, online and stuff like that. And of course, some of our own detective work. Like I was saying on Killzone, all of us as fans, we're looking 4 or 5 layers beyond, what the average moviegoer is doing. We're already looking at the people, we're looking at who's being cast, the possibilities that they could be the villain, why it would work if they're the villain, and possible motives and all of this. So I think Scream is at a point, to me anyways, where the journey, they have to have a good journey up until that point. Whereas, and again, it sounds like I'm ragging on 6 a lot today. I'm not ragging on 6. I have fun with 6. But I think there were parts of that journey leading up to the reveal of, Wayne and company where they messed up. It's like we knew it was Dermot. We knew. And if you didn't know before watching it, then you definitely knew in the movie at least halfway through. There were
I
just
held
certain
out
things.
hope. I was like, maybe he's just weird.
Of course, it was
No.
me. Ah, Anyways, so if they can keep some air of mystery and also misdirect, organic misdirect, not just trying to subvert just to subvert, something that works. Like I said 1,000 times before, if you look at 96, Billy was right in front of us from the opening tip. Boom. It's got to be Billy. It's got to be Billy. Randy said it's got to be Billy. We're thinking it's Billy. And then we're like, maybe it's not. And then we're like, no, it is. And we flip flop a bunch of times throughout the film. And just when we think it's got to be, it's like, oh, crap. He just got stabbed. It's not him. And then it's like, oh, it is him. But that's not the big thing. Stu's the twist. We never saw Stu coming. That's genius. That's why that third act is amazing, because we're on this huge roller coaster following it. And next thing you know, Stu's coming over. As soon as she comes up to Stu, I remember the first time I watched it, first time that she runs up to him, there was a moment of relief for me.
Yep.
Because I loved Stu, as a viewer. First time I watched Scream, I'm like, and then I'm like, surprise, Sidney. I'm like, what? That journey up until that point, that's what makes it even better. So hopefully in 7, they can take some of that type of DNA, because, and I'm going to ask you guys this right now, we might have figured out who the killer or killers are already. You know what I mean? So, we want to have fun with that. Sarah, I'll start with you. And I know we've talked about this, but now we're getting closer. We're 5 weeks away. Who's the Ghostface killer or killers in this film, if you had to take a guess?
So I have 2 in mind, and I haven't really thought about this, but I was kind of looking at the poster and thinking about it today. It's the obvious guess would be McKenna Grace.
Doesn't she look sus on that poster? Look at her.
Yeah, I feel like there's 2, but then I'm thinking, okay, she's young. We don't know how she would tie back to Woodsboro, so there has to be an adult killer. And honestly, when I saw the picture, I looked right at Ethan Embry. I'm like, why he kind of look like Stu though? There's some weird connection that's gonna be between him and Woodsboro, because they've been suspiciously keeping him out of all of the promo, yet he's important enough to make it onto the poster.
Good point.
So I'm
good point.
What's he doing?
Good point.
But I think that there's going to be a dynamic of an older and a younger Ghostface, because someone has to be old enough to tie back to the original killings. It can't just be 2 crazy teen fans again.
Right. We can't do that.
No.
They were radicalized. Julie, how about you?
Can I do a fun guess?
Yeah. However you want to do it.
I'm gonna pick Mark Consuelos and Mark, the husband, Mark.
Oh, jeez. What? Okay. How do you see that happening? And have you thought about how that would happen?
No, because I just made it up right now. Okay. Well, so do I think that's who it is? No, but I want to be surprised. I feel like the obvious answer is Anna Camp, maybe McKenna Grace.
Yep.
And I didn't want to say that, so I'm trying to come up with something fun here. What
Okay.
would be the motive? I don't know.
All
Because
right.
what I just said was really dumb, but
No, hey, not at all, man. Listen, I want to be 100% wrong. I want to be totally shocked and have it work. I mean, that would be for me as a fan, also as a content creator, that would be amazing. It really would, because as much as we talk about these things and study it and do detective work and so forth, I do want to be surprised. But for me, man, I'm still thinking McKenna, Anna, this whole mother-daughter versus mother-daughter thing is it's been kind of on me a little bit. But even if it isn't that they're mother-daughter, I just feel like someone has to be in Tatum's friend group to kind of be right there, kind of pulling the strings. But there also has to be an older killer involved as well, like kind of like what you were saying, Sarah. So that's what I'm looking at, and I really do think. Well, I know I've said I hope, but I really do think it's a possibility that Stu is back. I'm telling you guys right now, and I've said this already on live streams. If he is not back and all we get is like a voice or maybe like a quick walking past the camera, I'm gonna be rip shit. I really am.
Yeah.
And not just because I'm a fan of the character, but I'd be upset for everyone else that has all the anticipation and of course a lot of it is cautious expectation, you know what I'm saying? But with the marketing and everything, it's like you guys could have, like, I guess it also depends on who the killers are and how the story shapes out. But I'd at least right now feel as though they wouldn't even had to have teased all this with Stu. They could have done a whole different type of thing. They could have not even announced that Matthew was in it if he's not in it for very long, like a lot of us are fearing. So that's where I'm going with it. Let me just jump back to the chat. I know we're way behind, guys. We are sorry. Carrie, of course, Knight, Steven deserved that credit. He did. He does. There's no doubt. And thank you so much, Carrie. Seriously. Much love to you. Carrie coming in again. If Stu is alive, we party in Steven's honor. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what, guys. Like, there's definitely we're definitely gonna have to do that. I remember it might have been well, it was obviously several collective streams ago, and we even talked about that. We said, even Tyler was like, if he's in it, I'm gonna be so happy too. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, because we know that was such a big thing, for Steven. It was such a big thing. So it would, like I said earlier tonight, it'd be a victory. It would really be a victory, just like him getting that credit on IMDb and so forth.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you so much. Seriously. And Carrie, you're in the drawing too. We got Jay coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, Jay. I wrote in the trivia section of IMDb that Steven invented the Core 4. Oh, okay. I miss Steven a lot. He deserves recognition. I miss him a lot. Well, Jay, thank you for doing that. Seriously. And I think you speak for all of us. There's no doubt about it. And especially for me, as we get closer and closer to 7, we're 5 weeks out. It's hard to explain all of the emotions, but being so excited for this film, and also emotional about it because of Steven. It's really crazy, but there is that part of me, just like right now doing this stream and talking about it with my friends here on the panel. There is that part of me that's really happy too, because I knew he had such a happiness for the fandom and for the franchise and for conversations. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but like there's that part of me that always thinks of those memories and the good moments and his passion. So thank you so much for that, Jay. We really appreciate you, seriously. And we got Marcus coming in again. I shot him 6 times. Interesting. Julie mentions the TV series because 7 is set up that way with both 7 and 8 set in Pine Grove, especially if they do a cliffhanger for 7. Ooh, yeah, hey, that's a good point. Julie, what do you think?
Yeah.
Are we kind of going down that road?
You mean like they're setting up this new setting to continue there, but with different characters?
Yeah, or any particular way that it has parallels to like the series did.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if they reboot, they're gonna need a new location that's unique to the story and the new characters. I'm excited that this. Well, yeah, we did get New York City, and that was really cool. But I'm excited that we've got another new location.
Yeah,
got to keep it moving, keep it interesting.
Ain't that the truth?
yeah, and we're gonna have a lot of new characters in this one. So, and hopefully, it's like got its own tone and vibe that is unique to this movie.
Agreed. Sarah, how about you? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I kind of just agree with what Julie said. If it is like a cliffhanger and they do 7 and 8 in that town, that would be nice. I like that it's set back in a small town that's like not Woodsboro, because I feel like the ones especially that were in like the city, so like 6, 5, you lost a lot of what made like 1 really creepy, which was like they are isolated, they are kind of away from everyone. Like I just always think about 1 and I think about like the huge like wide shots that Wes would do of like looking off of like the back of Sidney's deck, or like looking down the street when Casey Becker's parents are coming. Like there's no one around them, which makes it like creepier, because it's like in the city it's like, yeah, they could run into the bodega, they run that block. You're kind of like confined in apartments, like everything's shot like really tight, and it's just, I like the feeling of what like West used to do, where like your scenery could like breathe. And so I like that like small town in the fall, kind of isolated, like more rural vibe. So if we got a 7 and an 8 set there, I think it'd be cool.
I think so too. I just think that going back to, like you were saying, Sarah, this feeling of isolation of sorts, and really trying to amp up the horror a bit more, I think that would be awesome. Whereas I think 6, there's a lot of great elements in 6, and there were some moments of tension, but it felt like it was more not action, but you know what I'm saying? Like it just felt like it was more like bam, 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 whereas, those original films, tension was teased out. The horror felt more organic. It felt more real. Like in this trailer, and I'm hoping, when you're talking about a small town, I keep going back to that crawl space scene. I think that could be phenomenal. It really could. I hope that it's as good as I'm hoping that it is, because I'm claustrophobic, and it could be a really cool type of scene that we haven't had before in the franchise. That's the other thing too. I want to see some things that we haven't seen in the franchise before, and there's millions of things that they could do, millions of different ways that Ghostface can do what he does. The idea that we talked about earlier about Mark, if he's killed early and Sidney doesn't know, and if he was up in the attic, I'd probably clap, and again, no shade to Mark as a character or Joel as an actor, but that would be so, right? I mean, a true parallel to something like the original Black Christmas.
That's true. That was a good idea, Sarah. It was a good idea.
I mean, that would be badass. It really would. Showing Ghostface.
It's not because I want him to die. Like, I don't want him to die. I don't want Sidney to lose her husband, and like, this is so traumatic. But my brain is still like, why are they showing him die that much? if it's not right away. Hoping it's a misdirection, because again, wants to need to be happy, but like, are they really that dumb? Like,
Yeah.
Well,
you're like, maybe.
we'll find out.
Ain't that the truth, man? We are gonna find out. We're also, and thank you so much for that, Marcus. Seriously, you rock, man. We got Senior Wilson coming in again. Gail needs Ghostface for book sales. Dude, this I'm telling you, man, if Gail is Ghostface, I'm just gonna be like, what?
If she is, that better not be her motive. Book sales.
Oh,
Please no.
could you
No.
imagine?
Yeah.
That would be if her
Wow.
character wasn't already assassinated in 6, like that would just be
Yeah. Yeah.
Eesh.
And we got Danielle in the house too. I just saw a really cool comment. Let me back up. For now, I would love if Stu and Jill are revealed as being the dream team Ghostface duo, but I also wouldn't cry if Sam later showed up in a movie to kill Jill and take her rightful place. That sounds so much like Vader, like take your rightful place and with the Emperor or something. What's going on? Got all this Star Wars stuff going on. Yeah, Stu and Jill are definitely a great dream team, no doubt about that. I just don't think that, and I'm a huge Jill fan, but I just don't think that Emma's the secret cameo. Do you guys see that happening?
Mm-mm. I don't want it to happen.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's just like, if they really are making it like a returning Ghostface, it's like you have to think of like realistically which ones could be alive, and like she took some damage, but like she wasn't shot in the head.
Yeah.
So like if they are going like returning Ghostface, it's like who could actually maybe be alive? Like maybe like if Charlie got immediate medical attention, it's a possibility, but like doubtful. He was stabbed basically in the heart. So like, yeah. I don't think it's a returning Ghostface though. That's the secret cameo in the hospital, but I just don't know who it would be. I'd be down for Kirby.
Yeah.
But like, why would she be there? Like, again, we don't know if it's patient or visitor. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like, why would that be a secret cameo though? Because like she came back in 6 and like that was her big, oh, she's back. So like if she comes back again, like why would that be a secret? That's
because they didn't like announce her is the only reason I can think of. And it's like, surprise, somebody else.
Yeah. I just like, no shade to her, but I just feel like people would be like, oh. Okay. Not that we don't want to see her, but if you hype it up as a secret cameo, then like
yeah.
And
then it's Kirby.
Yeah. Poor Kirby.
I know.
Catching strays.
Right. I know, right? Let's see. Oliver also coming in again. I think the poster gives away the killer.
Okay.
I think so too. Well, Oliver, now wait a minute. See, I was poking fun. Do you mean like there's something specific that you see that leads you to think of who the killer might be? Let me know. But yeah, I definitely think, we know who the killer is on the poster. Killers. John coming back in again. Thank you so much, John. Much appreciated. Saying, dumb question, but is there any way Dewey can come back in the new film? Maybe he's in hiding, tracking a new Ghostface. Epic third act comeback. Wow. Well, Sarah, I was just about to say
my emotional support, Dewey.
Sarah's got the mini Dewey there. Sarah, what do you think? Is there any way that would work?
I mean, my heart always says yes, bring that man back. But like, no, he's very dead. We saw the body wheeled out. Like, there would be no way he would go into hiding and fake his death from Gale, of all people. Like, it just, no. I unfortunately think he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I would love if he wasn't. Believe me, I'm the #1 champion of him being alive. But I think he's dead.
Yeah. Julie, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, same. It's heartbreaking, but I think he's gone for real. I think it would be cool if we could get like a Saw X type situation between 3 and 4 or 4 and 5. We could do
Yeah.
that, but I think
Yes.
present time, he's out of here. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people were thinking, could this film have gone, the new Nightmare route or something like that? And I think we've officially shot all that down. But yeah, I don't think there's I just don't see it happening. I really don't. Which is sad. The more I think about it, the more sad I get. you know?
Actually, I know that this is like a hot take. Honestly, it's kind of a hoe take. But I am so down for a new Nightmare Scream if that means bringing back like all of the cast to like talk about stuff like that. I don't think that would ruin because people talk about keeping like the timeline pure,
Yeah.
which I agree with to some extent, but a new Nightmare wouldn't ruin the timeline for me. Like my brain would take it as its own separate thing, and I think
Yeah.
it would be enjoyable.
It could be. I mean, it definitely would be interesting, and there's a lot of people that feel the same way. I've heard a lot of people say they want to see that route. So me personally, if it happened, I'd still go watch it. I'd still be interested for sure. But like with this film, I gotta admit, the curiosity is through the roof. I'm just like, I'm so keyed up and wondering how this thing is going to shake out. It's crazy. It really is. So there I am with that. John, thank you so much for that super chat, man. We appreciate you. And we also have Jay coming in again. Thank you so much, Jay, saying, if Scream is rebooted, what do you want to see for cast, ages, teens or 20s, locations, motives, one-off movie or new trilogy? All right. So, Julie, let's start with you. We'll run through whichever one of these you want to tackle because that's a bunch. What do you think, Julie? If it was rebooted, do you have a preference on the age of the teens and where it might happen?
Yeah, my preference, I don't want teenage characters.
Okay.
I think we already got that with the TV show and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be fine with an all adult cast. Location, I don't really care. I mean, I don't need another kind of like, not gimmicky, but kind of like they use New York as like a prop,
Yeah.
that was really cool, but we don't need that. I think if we just get a really good cast, I don't really want to do another teenage friend group where one of the friends is probably the killer. I'm good on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, and you and Jake have said this a million times. They could do anything,
Yeah.
literally anything. There is no formula that they have to follow because they just need the Ghostface character.
Yep. It's true. It's true. Sarah, how about you?
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't want high school kids. Like I don't want teens. You get locked into certain like not tropes, but like certain plot lines. Like you have to see them in school. You got to figure out where their parents are. There's like a lot of other stuff to deal with. Whereas if you had like young adults, they could be doing anything. I don't think I would hate it if it was set in like a university. Like it gives you that urban legend vibe because they can be in their young, honestly, even their mid-20s, like depending on what they're doing. Like so you could have more adult stories, themes, characters if they were in like university. But yeah, I agree. Like I'd rather 20s and up versus the teens in school.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I want adults. I'd love it to be in a small town. And I think if it is truly being rebooted, I think it should be more than one film. I would like a story that would carry over. I mean, unless they do that for 7 and 8, that's something that we haven't had before. And I think it could be something really good to kind of elevate the franchise rather than do damage to it. Because look, we all have our favorite Ghostface killers. There's been a lot of cool ones, and it kind of is a bummer that we get the one and done. Of course, that's fandom speaking, but yeah, I mean that's a huge difference that is an advantage, but also a disadvantage of Scream versus like Halloween, or Elm Street or the Black Phone, it's like we have that killer, we can key in on that killer and root for the killer in a way, or root against the killer, for more
I
than one
also,
film.
yeah, I also think maybe they should just go back to the TV format because, uh, like a Paramount Plus series or something, because I just feel like that worked so well for those first 2 seasons, especially because the plot they carried through both seasons, and then you had so much time with the characters. Whereas the problem with these movies is like, yeah, they have to rush to develop characters, and then
Yep.
everything has to be tied up at the end, typically. So I feel like it's kind of meant to evolve into, well, go back to being a show.
That's a good point. You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong at all. Good point. Thank you so much, Jay. We appreciate you. And Mark is also coming in, and this is actually something that I was going to bring up as well. We've talked a little bit about this. He says, thing is that Stu doesn't have to come back in 7 if we get the cliffhanger, which is so true. As a matter of fact, my thought for a long time was that we just see him at the end, maybe 10 minutes left or what have you, and then boom, it leads into 7. I mean, into 8. And Mark is also saying, I don't think the shot of the house burning is the opening, and we've talked about that as well. What if that is the ending? Let's go back to that for a second, lady. Sarah, I'll start with you. Is there a chance that that is actually the end of the film, or just maybe it's not the opening?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm in the camp where I do believe it's the opening. I believe after they kill the people in the Airbnb, we're burning the house down, we're walking away. But I can absolutely see a world where it is the ending. It's like, if it is going to be a 2-part, that I think that's the distinction. I think if this is a one-off movie, that is like the inciting incident, which kind of tells Sidney that this is like real. But I think if we do get a cliffhanger, that would be sick as like the final shot, because it's like we think things are wrapped up, but then all of a sudden we cut back to Woodsboro. We have a character that's suspiciously Stu-like burning down his old house, and now we know that it's not over, and we lead into the second.
Yeah,
I'd be game for either, but I think I still am in the party of this is happening at the beginning.
Before I get to you, Julie, here's something too that I've kind of tinkered with. What if we don't even get a reveal? What if we don't get like a true reveal? Someone taking off the mask, and we find out who it is. What if this is the end of it, and that's how we get out of this film? I mean, that would be bonkers crazy.
People may know this, and I just may be late to the game. Are we like 100% guaranteed 8? Like it is greenlit, they are doing stuff for it, we know we're getting it?
From what I understand, yes, 8 is greenlit.
If that is the case, sure. I just would despise a cliffhanger with no promise of a resolution.
Right.
So like if we're getting 8, do your worst, bring it on.
Julie, what are your thoughts on all of this?
Yeah, I don't see them doing no reveal, but I feel like, and this is like the same conversation that people have had for like the previous 2 movies, but if they reveal someone and then they save the other person for the next movie, I can see them doing that. I can't really see them doing no reveals because I just feel like then this movie would have a hard time standing on its own. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that works for TV, but for a movie, that might be kind of like, and then we're gonna have to wait a couple years,
Right.
So, but this scene being at the end, I think that would be a nice surprise, because right now I'm kind of irritated that, yeah, we allegedly got the whole opening scene pretty much.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's kind of rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Who freaking knows? Alrighty. Marcus, thank you so much for that. And Erica's also reminding folks as we wind down here, if you want to be entered to win the mini Billy, crafted by the lovely Coriander, who has worked on this for quite a while. And yeah, just like the mini Dewey. Yeah, I love the hair. It's
So
like
cute.
it really is. We got the removable mask and robe. So we gave away the mini stew to Senior Wilson, and tonight we'll be doing the drawing for the mini Billy. So, all right. And thank you for doing thank you for doing that, Erica. We have another super chat coming in from Shantae. Hey, thank you so much. I've said this before, but we don't see the guy killed in the Airbnb. I think he could be a possible Ghostface 2, maybe an opening like 6. But he is sus to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. It's truly possible, and we talked about that. I will agree, and I think Julie, you just said it. I will agree. It's kind of messed up in a way, thinking that we've got that whole opening scene laid out. Obviously, I think there's going to be, another layer to it of sorts. We didn't see everything, but we've seen a hell of a lot to get the idea. Do you think that was a mistake by the marketing? Were they just thinking, hey, we've got to put something in here to attract the non-hardcore Scream fans?
It could be, but then that makes me worried that they had no other good enough footage to entice people to watch it. But yeah, I mean, now that you've said that, that does sound like the most likely thing, but it's just frustrating.
It is. Sarah, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, like I can see a world where that exists. And like a lot of people were saying the same thing too with the girl. It's like you see her fall, but there's no guarantee she actually lands on the knife. So I could see them maybe pulling something, especially where really the last since 4, they've always done something like a little different with the openings, right?
Yeah.
Like 4, we had like the gimmicky movie within a movie. 5, we had Tara not dying.
Yep.
6, we had the double, called the double Ghostface, but it's 6, we had the reveal and then the actual kill. So yeah, who's to say 7 doesn't also have a survivor or something else with the opening?
Yeah.
So I think anything's possible. I'm not sure if Kevin would do it that way. I feel like he's at least kind of hinted that he's doing a return to form. So we'll see. But honestly, I'm open to anything as long as it's good. Just make it good.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing for me as well. I just want it to be engaging. I want it to be something, and I also want it to be something that as I watch it more and more, it still has that great effect on me. That's one issue with 4, is that it kind of loses its luster, after a couple of rewatches. I still have fun with it. I don't think it's horrible, but it is probably in last place as far as openings for me, which is so ironic because I love 4. So it's a good thing that the rest of the movie is amazing, in my opinion anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what were you saying, Sarah?
Oh no, I just agreed. Yeah. If they the very first watch, you're like, this was sick. And then after that, I'm like, we didn't need the double. We just could have done a 1 and moved on.
That's right.
I'm like, let's just get to the movie.
Come on, let's hurry up, guys. Who's getting killed? Yeah, it's funny. Thank you, Shantae. We appreciate you. And we got Oliver coming in again. Thank you so much, Oliver. The way the poster's set up, take away Sidney and everyone under her. Take away Tatum and everyone under her. Who do you have left? Ghostface Gale.
Okay.
Oh, let me put this up here. Hold on.
Also, can we just talk about how this is just a copy of 5, but they added fire? This is so uninspired. So then that's why I was so excited by the creepy duck poster. It was so good after just getting the floating heads.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I know what you mean. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I first saw it, I was just I mean, I think I've been also because I even had done. Well, I did a couple of different videos with franchise posters, but I did one for Scream, and so I'm just so used to seeing the floating heads. Um, I do miss the old school horror posters that would have just some cool stuff and great artwork and so forth, but I don't hate this, but I do agree it's not it's boring in the sense that it's just following that same old trend. But that alternate, I looked at that, I was like, oh, this is really cool. It's really, really cool.
I feel
Um,
like it's a missed opportunity for like every Scream movie to not have not parodied, but kind of like what we saw with the second poster for this movie, do something in that vein.
yeah.
I feel like that would
Yeah.
have been the perfect opportunity. We didn't really get that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's
It's just
crazy.
that this one is like it's exactly like 5. Like
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
how like 1, 2, and 3, like they're similar. There's like a theme,
Yeah.
but then we've been kind of like switching it up. This one literally, it's Ghostface up top. It's all the floating heads. It's the house right down below. The
Yep.
only difference is this house is on fire. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you could have given us something a little different.
Right.
The
Right.
more I look at it, the less I like it. And I really hope that the one that they put in movie theaters is the second poster. I doubt it, but I hope so. But for
Yeah.
6, they used the subway poster.
I was gonna say though, in
True.
my theater at least, it's the image that was on the big cardboard cutout at first. It's like the knife that's coming down and it has like the orangey background and like the date is like written down the knife.
Uh-huh.
Those are
Okay.
the ones that are out in my local, but when the movie actually comes out, they'll probably swap them out for this guy.
That'll be interesting. We'll have to see. We will have to see. But yeah, it is a little boring. I will say that. It's just a little cookie cutter.
It's like Avengers. It's just not
Avengers, Star
Right.
Wars, any movie that has a big ensemble, they're doing floating torsos.
Yeah.
Also, way too many people. If
Yeah.
everybody's important, nobody's important. Like, who am I supposed to care about?
Yep, that's true. I agree. I agree. Well, there we are. Postergate. Thank you so much, Oliver. We appreciate you, man. And we got Johnny coming in as well. What's up, Johnny? Good to see you. Saying, hey, Night, Julie and Sarah, do you think the fact Matthew wasn't in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 much meant he was filming a lot for 7? Just a theory. Well, I will say this, and I actually do know this. I mean, this is no spoiler, but I think with Five Nights at Freddy's, that was kind of a plan ahead of time. And Matthew talked about that. And this was way back with the first Five Nights at Freddy's. So I don't know. I mean, I would lean towards there's no connection per se. But what do you ladies think? Do you think that has any weight?
It crossed my mind when I was like when I came out of the theater, after watching FNAF 2, I was like, oh yeah, he was barely in it. But that being said, as someone who's a nerd for the games, like his character is a presence throughout the series, but he's not in your face in every game. So I think it just made sense for the story.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, well, but maybe, but unfortunately, probably not.
Yeah. Any thoughts from you, Sarah?
Kind of the same as Julie. Again, I'm not as like big into the games. Like I never played them. I know like the basic lore, but just seeing like 1 and then 2, like I thought it made sense. I wasn't like missing him. There was other people to focus on.
Yeah. Alrighty, I agree with that. Thanks so much, Johnny. We appreciate that. And hey, we got May in the house too. What's up, May?
Hey,
Channel member anniversary, 32 months. You guys are no joke. Wow. I'm telling you. Thank you so much, May. Seriously, we appreciate you and hope that you're doing well. Saying, what day is the Scream Marathon slumber party? Let's go. There you go. There you go. Well, I will say this. and I did speak with you ladies about this a while back. I really do want to get a chance to go through the films as a little watch party, do some commentary and so forth. So get ready. Keep your eyes and ears open, and may that most certainly will happen in one way or the other. Because I personally, I was saying this to Jake the other day too. I personally want to watch the films, leading up to 7. So we'll probably be doing that here. And you guys hopefully will be around to hang out with us as well. But thank you so much, May, for all the support. Seriously, it is amazing. And we, Sarah,
Aw.
thank you so much, Sarah. Coming in. Entry for, oh, that's so sweet. Entry for Erica for holding down the fort.
That's
You guys,
awesome.
see, you guys, I'm telling you, you guys are all right. Thank you so much. Erica, you're in, and that is just, I don't know, man. Kind of, the conversation we were having earlier, um, the private conversation we were having, just the community, just being a family, that's the beauty of it, building people up and not going the other way. Thank you so much, Sarah. Seriously, that is so sweet.
Everybody deserves to get a little guy.
Isn't that the truth? He's so cute.
I can't stop. He's so cute. I just want to like squeeze him. He's my little emotional
Aw.
support Dewey.
Oh,
You have to take him to the movie.
right?
Oh, I'm gonna wear my Dewey shirt. I got my Dewey doll. It'll be like that meme of the girl that's like, "One ticket, please." What movie
Oh,
are you going
yeah.
to? And she's there in like the robe with the mask and the knife and her Woodsboro bag.
Yeah. Oh my God. Too funny. Talking Star Wars coming in again. Thank you so much. I find it weird the Airbnb couple aren't on the poster. Okay, ladies, this will be our last talking point. What do you guys think about that? And we talked a little bit about it, but I mean, what are we thinking about this whole Airbnb B&B situation? Julie, you want to start?
Is it weird that they're not on the poster? To me, no. But wasn't Jada Pinkett Smith on one of the posters for
Yes.
2?
Yeah.
Yep.
For Eyes? Okay.
Yep.
I still don't find it weird, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Sarah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think because they're not like huge stars and the trailer kind of alludes to them getting killed off in the beginning, I think they're just like an opening kill, so I don't think they're just going to be focused on like later in the movie, so they didn't get a poster spot. But like, God, yeah, they put so many people on the poster that it makes sense to be like, well, why aren't they on it? But yeah. I'm not really reading too much into it. I think they're both gonna die in the beginning, and that's kind of it for them.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Again, it'd be funny as hell if that's not the case. And if like, and if they're in the movie beyond that, or if that is at the end of the film or anything else that could be weird. Like, I'm all for it. Like I said, I think that was some of the fun that I had with 6 is, these different things that were going on. And it was cool. It was cool when you get some fresh curveballs. So thank you so much for the super chat, man. Seriously. And also for the question. Guys, we are going to get ready to do the drawing for the mini Billy, who is he's lonely. He's lonely and he needs a home. So we're going to do our drawing for it. We're going to spin the wheel. As always, whoever is here, if your name is drawn, just make sure that you say I'm here in the chat. I know there's a little bit of a lag sometimes, so we'll give you guys some time to answer and as I get the wheel onto the screen, let's just do any final thoughts from you ladies. Julie, let's start with you. Any final thoughts on Scream 7, the trailer, or anything that, like you were saying, you had thoughts about? Anything else that you want to put out there as we're ending up?
My final thought is that plastic wrap scene, don't mess around. Come on. If I am in the theater, if I'm seated and that plays out exactly how it looks,
yeah,
I will be so mad. I'm gonna be texting you guys like, what the? That's it.
All
That's
right.
my final thought.
Okay. Alrighty. Sarah, how about you?
My final thought is that I'm more excited now than I was before.
Yeah.
I don't need another trailer. I'm just ready to go and experience this.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. For me, I kind of echo that as well. I'm ready to rock and roll. We've gone past this week without a second trailer, and I think that at this point, just having some cool stuff. Like I said, I'd like to see some character posters, or something that's really cool, like we got with 6 with the subway map type of thing. Just something to spark more conversation and so forth. But I'm really hoping that that the story comes together in the best way possible. I hope that we're not getting trolled hardcore, with Stu or whatever, because like I said, if Matthew just is in a quick scene walking by or a quick phone call or something like that, I'm just going to be like, bro, what are we doing? But we'll see. We'll see. For all of you guys, I'm so ready. I hear you, May. Ooh, here's a thought. I love this. Mandy saying, I'd love to see Ghostface make a Super Bowl halftime show appearance. Ooh, that would be
fun.
cool. That
Maybe
would
that's why
be.
there's been no second trailer. They're saving that money for a little Super Bowl spot.
Maybe. I mean,
I don't think so, but that would be really fun.
it would be fun. That's a lot of dough. I'll tell you that, man. Like, wow.
Yeah.
But anyways, but yeah, fingers are crossed as always. And so let's do this. Let's bring up the wheel and see who wins this. And you ladies, let me know if you're able to see the wheel. And then we are going to get ready to spin this thing. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah,
Okay.
see
The wheel is up.
Okay, we got the wheel up. So good luck to all of you guys. We got a whole bunch of people here. Thank you so much for all the support. It really does helps us to do what we do. And here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see where it goes. Oh, it's Marcus.
Marcus, are you still here?
I know he was at work too. This is gonna be tough. Oh man.
Oh, I'm watching the chat.
Oh no,
Marcus, say something.
Oh, dude. Now, what we're gonna do, and sometimes there's he's there, bro. You won the mini Billy. He is there. Woohoo, bro. We got the mini Billy here for you with the mask, removable mask, and everything, removable robe. So, dude, that is awesome, man.
Yay.
I'm so happy for you, man. I'm so happy for you, bro. Seriously. And also, thanks for being here, man. Much appreciated. Much love to you as always. So, Marcus, all you got to do, man, I know we talk on Instagram anyways, but just let me know where you want me to send it. Just make sure I got the address correct. And we'll be sending it out to you, man. That is awesome. And for everyone else, thank you for congratulating Marcus as well, and Erica looking out and stuff like that. But all of you guys, thank you so much for the support. Seriously, it really helps us out so much. And speaking about helping out, Super Tenor is in here too. Thank you so much for being here, bro. Also with a channel member anniversary, 25 months, man.
Nice.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. Much love to you, bro, and hope that you're doing well tonight. Stay warm if you're in a cold area. And Val's in the house too. What's up, Val? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Hey,
All
Val.
right. Let's see. Anyone else? I just want to make sure I say goodnight and hello to anyone that might be jumping in. Superintendent, you're too funny. Oh my gosh. And Marcus said, "What's crazy is I didn't know if I was entered. I just was trying to show support." That's awesome. Thank you, man. You deserve
Aw.
it, bro. Seriously, you deserve it. And much love to you. And thank you so much, man, for all the support and just the positivity and also um, kind words when they're needed, man. Kind words when they're needed. You can always get that from Marcus. And you know, just reaching out sometimes, just checking in to see how I'm doing and stuff. It's been a crazy couple months, man, and you know what I'm talking about. So thank you so much, man. All right. Well, ladies, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here and getting this all out on the table. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. This was really fun.
Right?
Got,
Thanks
got
for
our
having us.
zoomies out.
Yeah.
Right? I know. Sometimes it's like you just got these things on your mind and you're like, I just gotta, talk about them. So I'm glad that you guys were able to be here tonight and do that. Seriously, it was a lot of fun. So for all of you guys here, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. I know we didn't get to everyone. It's hard to get to everyone, when we're on a roll, but definitely leave some comments. We can talk about it in the comment section as always. Make sure you guys are following Sarah and also Julie on Instagram. They are a hoot. They're always a hoot. And I mean that in the best way possible. Also, if you are not following us on the Screaming Night podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please make sure you guys do that. It helps us out a lot, and we'd really appreciate that. And we will catch you guys next time. As always, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.